Yeah, it is.
Here they come.
Is it just the three of us today? Oh, hello. There's everybody. There you are. Hey, welcome. It's Wednesday night at 6 o'clock ish. You know what that means? It's Elevate to Greatness with Nick Lippitt. I am Darby. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I barely got in here in time, so it's still crazy. It's still crazy around these parts at Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living. So we're going to get into the craziness. We're also going to talk about, and we kind of touched on this a couple weeks ago, kind of talking about culture and kind of talking about people. So we're going to talk about people inside your business and how they can be aligned with your culture or how they need to get their ass kicked out because they're not aligned with your culture. And we're going to kind of talk about that kind of ways to see that kind of things to do about that. So we'll get into all that. We're going to talk about some cool Utah things. So we're going to talk about all of that today. A reminder to check Spotify for the podcast the following day. Also at elevatetogreatness.co for all the information about what we're doing and about the cool Utah things. Before we get into all of that, though, I mean, we'll get into all of that, but he's running. He barely made it just like I did. Ladies and gentlemen, he's wearing an Elevate to Greatness t-shirt, which you can get probably soon, available on the merch page at elevatetogreatness.co. It's Nick Lippitt, drinking a yellow drink. I caught him right when he was drinking the yellow drink, too. Good
How,
job.
how do I even continue on from that, bro?
Loudly.
Welcome everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope it's as beautiful out where you're at as it is here. What's the temperature outside, Darby?
90,
Rachel? 90.
degrees, yeah.
It's fucking 90 degrees. It's not
Yeah.
even April yet.
Yeah.
Certainly not hurting the business. Uh,
No.
it'll be interesting for water. That is definitely going to be a concern here in the near future. Um, and being that we install things with lots of water, um, but the good thing is we could just truck that shit in, so it's not going to stop us, that's for sure. But social media, people are social media haters. God, they love to talk about how we're in a drought climate and we're just pumping thousands of gallons of water into swimming pools.
Millions, millions of
I, t-
gallons.
I tell them it's just storage. We're
And we're
just
just keeping it
providing
for later.
additional storage.
You're welcome. It's like a reservoir. You're welcome.
So, yeah, things are good. Darby, should I ask?
I mean, if you want to.
Did he sign?
I'm going to surprise you when I say no.
Oh man.
Uh,
Let's see. Yeah, so um happy Wednesday again. Uh things are good. Things are good. No complaints, that's for sure. Darby's definitely not bitching. This guy's
no.
selling shit left and right and left and right. Um how many pools are up there for the week? Like three?
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. I was talking to Forrest about like sales numbers for all last year compared to the first 3 months. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's something. Like obviously we're not there, but like at the rate we're going, and again, this is as a reminder, it's March. So
Well, and I think talking about sales numbers, because as a part of my coaching calls right now, half of the people that we're talking to and working with, and it's interesting, it's the half that came on later through this process. They're like, yeah, like the economy's just tough right now, and sales are down, and we're having to get more strategic in how we bid. I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy. I talked to someone today who was in Utah, and they're looking to split some loads with us because they're not filling trucks because sales are down.
mm,
I think the difference, Darby, is that a lot of contractors had gotten comfortable because people were finding them.
yeah.
Um, we've never really been in the business of people finding us. We've been more in the business of um, us finding them or putting our interest in front of them. I'd be curious, Darby, you might know this. How many people do you think you're selling cocktail pools to that didn't even know they wanted a cocktail pool till they saw it?
No, I mean, a lot of people even say that to me. Like, I didn't even know these things existed until they saw, I mean, they talk about our Instagram all the time. I didn't even know these things existed until I saw them on your Instagram. So yeah, I mean, that happens a lot. So, I mean, we're bringing something to people that they didn't know they needed, and they see it and realize, oh my God, I need that. So,
Yeah.
no, it's huge.
We have some of the guys in the coaching group went from like a little bit concerned on where the next job was going to come from to 12 weeks out in less than 2 weeks. Right? It just
Yeah.
happens so fast.
Yep.
And through that process, I said, just hang on, right? Just hang on, just be patient. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and boom, right? Like it did. And it came really fast. So, for us and the way we market and the way we advertise, it doesn't really ever slow down. If you have a seasonal business, it's only because, I would tell you it's because of mindset or because of promotion or because how you put yourself in front of people. We don't have a seasonal business at all. We really never stop. Sure, we'll have some pauses or some delays, but we certainly are not stopping the process
No.
or progress or sales. I mean, we don't even really stop construction. Like we just blow right through it.
That's
And
part of
yes,
the reason we're
there's-
so busy right now is because you do that, like because we do stay active that way. Like, I'm seeing 12, 15 people in a week in March. That's
Yeah.
not by accident. And yes, we have had nice weather for sure, and that's definitely helped, but it's not by accident that I'm as busy as I am.
No. I mean, and it feels like, dude, it feels like it's June outside. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it does.
and people are getting anxious. So I think as of yesterday, every single pool we maintain has reached out and asked us to open them.
Oh yeah.
So that's exciting, right? Service is starting a month or two earlier than normal. So certainly not complaining about that. No, but it's been good. It's been really good. And we're excited for this event we have coming up. Hopefully the Daniel that's on this call is Daniel Chavez. And if it is, you should turn your video on so that I can confirm that. So we're going to talk with Daniel tonight. And if this is not Daniel Chavez, then Nick Forrest is going to.
Yo, what's up?
Fine. There we go.
What are you up to, bro?
But I said you should turn on your camera, not your microphone.
I'll turn off my camera.
If you're decent, if you're not decent, get some clothes on and then turn it on. It's not that kind of show, Daniel.
It is
There
definitely.
it is.
Look at that.
There it is.
Hey, you're in the space.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm here.
Forrest, this is the office.
I see that. This might be one of the VIP rooms that we get to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More details to
Cool.
come.
Let's do it.
Well, Daniel, let's talk about the event a little bit. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Forrest, what are the dates?
May 2nd and May 3rd. So Saturday and Sunday, the first weekend of May.
No excuses why you can't be in the room then.
Yep.
And we've
Gonna
got
be better.
packages. We've
You guys
got
gotta come ready.
packages. Yep, we've got packages. There's no reason not to get your cheeks in the seats.
Oh, yeah.
Cheeks
What
in
the
the
hell?
seats.
What kind of gathering is this?
That's inappropriate, bro. We got HR right here.
Daniel, for everybody who doesn't know you, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about Prime Landscape.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm Daniel Chavez. I am out of Park City, Utah. We're trying to work our way towards the Salt Lake City market. So this year we'll have two markets here in Utah. We ended the year last year at 12 million. We're trying to really grow it, but we're trying to grow it smart, right? We're trying to, make sure that we're profitable, because you could always talk about revenue, but if you're not profitable, you're not getting yourself, you're not steering the ship the right way. So I think that's why me and Nick really aligned, was because we believe in the same thing. We don't believe in generating revenue. It's about making money, and that's the same thing that Nick wants for you guys. Being in Elevate, is that he wants you guys to make money. He doesn't want you guys to go through what I've gone through and what he's gone through in the past years, to where you're not looking at data, you're not making wise decisions. These are data driven decisions, and I think that I always tell Nick I also see him as a mentor. I think anybody that I go and, seek help from, I'm always, you know, he's a great mentor, man. He knows what he's doing.
Way
Yes,
to
he
fluff
does.
me up a little bit, Chavez.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll make
You
you
know-
look good, bro.
I think what's going to be super cool about this is like, obviously we're going to focus heavy on the Utah market, right? So we're going to get a lot of contractors from the same area in the same room. And I think what's going to be cool about it is we're going to show you guys how being in the room with these guys, you're going to stop thinking you're competitors and you're going to start realizing you're partners, and how everybody can lift each other up in the same market. We have a few people here in Colorado that just don't get it. But I'll tell you that we work with some of the guys we mentor. We work with all sorts of partners in the space and we complement each other. Daniel, there was someone on the call just last week. I think it was last week or the week before. They were freaking out because their H-2B visas they're going to come a month late. And they didn't know what they were going to do. They had work to get started. And I just told them, I said, listen, there's guys in this room that basically work as subcontractors and they're in your space. We should reach out to them and, start working through some of your work. He's like, oh, these clients are going to be pissed. They're going to be a month behind. And we solved the problem right then and there on the call. And so, being in these rooms together is super beneficial. Where I think there's a lot of guys in our industry. The biggest problem is that they think that there's some hidden secret behind what we do, and there's really not. So, Daniel has disappeared on me. Forrest, where's the location of this? You know where this location's at, right? Daniel, put your camera back on. So there you go. Now you got to unmute yourself.
There we go.
What's the location of where's the space at?
So it
everybody knows.
is in Cottonwood Heights here in Salt Lake City. And I could send over the address on that way you guys have that.
And it's that big building off the highway that says Prime Landscape up like 25 stories tall, right?
Yep, that's the one, dude.
I think we're gonna have to get a banner and get that bitch on top of the building the day before.
I know.
By the time the landlord sees it or anybody bitches about it, we'll just take it back down.
I know.
So,
No, but it's a really cool building. I think that, it'll really fit all of us and make, I think that we can make it a really cool event here. It's got a lot of amenities too, so it'll be really fun to, bring all of you guys out here.
Daniel, what are some of the things you're going to touch on or speak on?
Yeah, so we'll be touching about operations. We'll be touching about estimating. We'll be, Nick's a, expert at Aspire. For anybody that's using Aspire, we'd love to, kind of just show you guys the right way of doing things, because sometimes creating kits in Aspire, I've seen a lot of people that create kits, but they really don't go down to the T. And then we'll also be teaching you guys about sales and marketing, because if you can't sell, you really don't have, a business. And if you can't market, that's the fuel to your business. So if you can't bring leads to your team, you really can't have a sales team. So that's why it's really important that you guys align operationally.
Daniel, tell us about your marketing program.
Yeah, I can tell you guys.
It's a good
So
time to get you.
we're paying Katie under the table. I'm just kidding.
It's not surprising.
Just kidding.
So, Daniel, you were at our last event. Talk a little bit about the last event and why. I mean, Daniel and I, we've known each other for a couple of years now. We met in the 10X World. For everybody who meets Daniel for the first time, make sure you tell him he's got the softest handshake in the industry. That's what I remembered about him. No, but like when you had the most team members in the room. So like maybe talk about a few takeaways and why when you left, you were like, dude, we got to do one of these in Utah and just bring everybody together.
Yeah. So it kind of made me realize that we had to do one down here in Utah. And number one, I think that it's good to see who's committed. I like how Nick kind of holds his team accountable. Everybody in Elevate, how he's always, just trying to push for them. But sometimes you could try to push for people, but if they don't want it, they don't want it. So I thought that for Nick, it'd be awesome to kind of just test his team. But then also on my end, I kind of wanted to set these, goals and kind of just see, okay, who could I, because I always get people asking me, hey, like, could you help me with my business? Could you do this? And I think that, I've always pushed it off, but I'm like, you know what? I could impact a lot of people and help them do things right. And I think that Nick thinks the same way. He sees people, he doesn't see them as competition. He sees them as people he could really collaborate with. And I think that we need to start getting people in that mindset on how they could collaborate with each other and help each other grow and then better the industry too. So I think that's the value that we're going to bring in, is that we're not going to tell you guys, hey, we're competitors. It's like, hey, we're here to help each other and we're going to push the needle on your business and show you simple things that a lot of people don't know. Cause like, I'll be honest with you guys, when I got to like 8 million, I didn't even know how to read a P&L. And a lot of people, I don't know if in this group don't know, but I know that there's a lot of people that don't know about simple finances like that we could really help and get their ducks in a row. Because people start making money and they just start hiring people, which is sad because now you're taking on a bunch of, family members onto your team. Because when you hire somebody, you're taking 4 people per household. So now you're in charge of, like, let's just say if you hire 5 people, now you're in charge of 20 people.
Dude,
You
I talk
can't
about
just
it all the
hire
time.
just because you're doing good.
Yeah, man, I talk about that all the time. Like, it's not just, you're not just responsible for the person who's working for you inside that door, right? There's so much more to that. There's people that you're feeding their family,
Yeah.
and like, man, what a shitty thing to bring somebody in and then realize, after a month or two, you can't afford them and then pull them back out. I think a lot of that has to do, when is the right time to hire somebody? And I just showed this. Yeah, Joseph's on here. I could talk about this. I just showed this last week. Like, we were going through, and we set targets and we built metrics inside of Aspire for him. So Daniel, we built a metric. So we took his team, 4 guys. They work 10-hour days, Monday through Friday. Then they work half day Saturday. And so basically, we built a metric for estimated labor under contract, right? So we built this metric and we're counting it. And then we put a number underneath it. And we basically said, okay, at 12 weeks out on your schedule, you need a new crew, right? Because you know how hard it is to sell jobs when you're telling clients that you're beyond 12 weeks out. So we put a metric on his dashboard, and basically it shows all of the accounted labor hours that he has under contract. And then we put a number in there as to where we would be at 12 weeks. And then we put, it looks like a speedometer dial. As that thing approaches that mark, he knows, right? Like, these are making decisions based off of financial data. Like, you don't just, I was talking to somebody yesterday. He's like, Nick, I need a new crew. I said, why? He's like, I'm 4 weeks out. I'm like, so what? Like, congratulations. Like, you're 1/3 of the way there, And he's like, well, I just feel like beyond 4 weeks out, I'm not, like, I can't close deals. And I'm like, because you're not providing value. The people that we work, like, we're out till July. We're starting to make some of these decisions. We provide a service and a specialty product. People will wait. However, if you're just providing a traditional outdoor living project, right? Like, if you're just providing traditional landscape, traditional hardscape, why would I wait? What does Prime Landscape provide that I'm willing to wait 14 weeks, 16 weeks, 18 weeks, 20 weeks? The other thing is you're not setting yourself up for success. So once you start to get to a certain mark, and maybe in Utah it's 10 weeks, maybe it's 14 weeks, but we put dials on the dashboard. Once we hit that dial of 12 weeks out, we're going to build another dial, right? And we're going to do accounted labor 12 weeks out for 2 crews. And then we're going to put those numbers. And as we start to approach those numbers on the dial, we're going to hire a 3rd crew. And then we're going to hire a 4th crew. So, like, we are making crazy educated decisions based off of financial statistics and data. that we have built inside of our system, we're not just guessing. We're not just hiring people to hire people. We're not just winging it. We're not like, oh man, we're super busy. We're going to bring in a bunch of crews. And then we're going to get like 3 months down the road and be like, oh, fuck, we're running out of work. We're going to lay off a bunch of crews. My guys work my guys work 12 months a year. We're never laying guys off or sending guys back to Mexico. When my guys want to go back to Mexico, I'm like, fuck, I can't have them go back to Mexico. I have too much work. So these are some of the things we're going to talk about. These are some of the things that we're going to show you, and we're going to show you how we do it in two different businesses, right? And so you're going to start to see the consistency of how these businesses run. You're going to get to sit and work and visit with my team. You're going to get to sit and work and visit with Daniel's team. You're basically going to get it from two perspectives inside of two businesses that did the exact same thing in the exact same timeline, right? So like Daniel and I met at about the exact same point in our businesses, and we have both done very, very similar things. However, we've done them slightly different, right? So we'll talk about that, and we're going to bring people up, and Nick Force is going to be excited for this. Like, we're just going to bring people up in front of the room. We're just going to role play back and forth. And if you, after 2 days, don't leave uncomfortable, we didn't do our job, right? And I remember being in rooms like this, and I was uncomfortable as hell, right? So we're going to want you to be a part of what we're doing and how we're doing it. And we want to just lift and elevate everybody in the same room. If we could get every contractor in your area to understand financing and finances and how to run your business and what it costs to run your business, and everybody was bidding at more an equal level, who would be pissed about that? Darby, if we could stop the low bidders, would that make your job easier?
It would. And I think the thing about not viewing everyone as competitors in your market is huge. I think that's a big thing we've learned at Elevate. I think the sun is blinding my eyes and I
I
can't
was going to
see
say,
anything.
what the hell?
Yeah. The sun's out. It's the sun's out. I'll put the blinds down, but I do think, yeah, obviously if we, kind of getting everybody to realize that doing things the right way is good for everybody is a huge part of what we're doing. And we definitely saw that at the event here, where people were sitting in the room and they made connections with them, and they made connections and they started doing things together to help each other out. So yeah, it really can be a community. It doesn't have to be,
Dude, that
cutthroat.
sun is killing you.
It really is. I'm going to go ahead and, well, you left too. Now you left. I can't leave to close my blinds because we can't both be gone. Okay, now
I had to open my window. It was hot. Not that that's going to be any better. It's just as hot outside. But the good thing is my home faces north, so I don't have any sun on the back of my house, which is where my office is at. So, now we're really excited. We're going to bring some people out. We are going to have some guests that are going to blow your mind. We're going to have some guests that are going to talk about AI and how it works inside of your business. If you go on ChatGPT and you research pool builders in Colorado, ChatGPT will recommend Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living, right? So we're going to talk about what that looks like, how that happened, how to get there. ChatGPT is going to take over Google with a matter of time. We all know that. Derby, when you have a question, do you ask ChatGPT or do you ask Google?
When I have a question about anything in my life, I ask ChatGPT. I don't care what it is. I don't, what should I have for dinner? How does my hair look? It's all ChatGPT. I have become, it's making me dumber, but I use it for everything for sure.
We're going to show you how to program ChatGPT to learn your business, how you talk, how you speak, how you email. It's going to be awesome, right? We are going to bring someone to come in and talk about financing and what it looks like and how you should be running QuickBooks and understanding the cost to run your business so that we can help you build and aspire, right? Or build in whatever system you use. So these are things like, I remember I teach a lot of similar things in these seminars where vendors ask me to come talk, and I see these eyeballs and they're like, oh fuck eyeballs. They're like, I know that I need to do this, but I don't know what I need to do before I even start doing this.
All right.
Well, the answer is you need to understand what it costs to run your business. And so we do believe that some software companies are going to be there. This is all on Nick Forrest, so if they don't show up, you can just call him out when you're down there.
It is
but
for
we
sure.
we're gonna have some cool sponsors.
No refunds though. No refunds.
um, so yeah, we're gonna have some cool sponsors behind the event. We will have some um, breakout rooms specific to some of these items that we're talking about. I will probably do a couple-hour class. Nick's shaking his head, but
I know. Why is he shaking his head?
I'm gonna
Like, he's so
override that
mad.
because he told me no breakout rooms, but I'm
Like,
gonna do it anyways.
He's like angry eating
Um,
over there too. Like he's mad eating. He hates that food. He's pissed at it. Get in here.
I think the breakout rooms will be awesome. I think that it'll
Whoa! Are
Make
you in the
Look at that
Lambo?
car. Jesus, man. Does that thing also fly? Like, look at that thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
Look at that. Oh my
Gotta go.
God.
I gotta go. He says I gotta
The
go.
world.
There we go. Hey
Go,
Daniel,
man.
did you get pulled over in that thing the other day?
Yeah, I did.
I think you posted on Instagram and you were like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
So Daniel, I think that you and I, we will talk about some things that you and I do really, really well, that your strengths are my weaknesses and vice versa. And we'll do a couple breakout rooms for people based on that. We have changed some of our systems in just the last 30 days. And I think when I show you guys some of this stuff, it's just going to be mind blowing. To be honest, and Rachel can confirm, and so can Nick and Darby. I don't sleep really that much anymore because I'm so obsessed with the system.
Yeah.
And like I can't stop. Daniel, when you texted me this morning or yesterday morning, I don't know, it was like 5:10 or 4:50. I saw the message come through. However, I was like so in the zone in what I was building in the back end of Aspire, I couldn't stop. And I was like, and he called me out. He's like, "Get up, bitch." And like I was like, man, I gotta respond to him so he knows I'm awake, but I can't take my hands off the keyboard. So, and I think just showing you like how that transpires out into your business. And the idea behind all of this is to become more efficient, right? Like, Daniel, do you run your business for fun?
No, it's about, it's about making money, but also impacting our employees. And if our employees if you're not impacting your employees, they're gonna eventually leave and go work with somebody else because they're not gonna
100%.
be waiting for you for their success. And I
Well,
think
and-
that's
Sorry,
yeah,
I
go
mean,
for it.
I,
Oh, you're
it's-
good.
I think, and I think the biggest difference, especially between you, like with you and I, Daniel, dude, I don't want to make more money for myself.
No.
I want to make more money for the people around me, right? Like, I can say it, you can't. I don't drive fancy cars.
Shut up.
You
Rachel's
can't say
got
it
a
now, Daniel.
she's got a nice Mercedes,
You could say I wear fancy watches, but I don't drive fancy cars.
and he's got the
Oh.
bougie platinum. Come on, man.
No. I'm just giving you a hard time. But like, here's the thing, Daniel. Like, the things you've done has changed your life, has changed the life for your wife, but it's also changed the life for all of the people that work for you. You know, like I visited
Yep.
your office for a couple days just a month ago, and like, dude, the vibe was fun. Like, I walked in and thought I was a celebrity. You know, like I'm assuming you probably sent a text message before I showed up and said, "Hey, when he walks in the door, make a big deal about it." But it's fun, dude. Guess what we've done since I came there?
But
Dad joke every day.
isn't it fun? It's contagious.
The team loves it. The team absolutely loves the dad jokes.
I thought you were gonna be like, "What the fuck's wrong with these people? They're weird."
No, dude. I was whispering to Rachel. I said, "Hey, we should put this in there." So Daniel, one of the guys who's worked for me for about 17 years. He's the only one still around. He'll be around probably forever. Often we'll do stuff and he'll be like, "Nick, why now? Why not before?" Right? He pushes back, but he's reasonable about it. We started this dad joke thing within 3 days before Rachel could even start it. He goes, "Hey, I got the dad joke today. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "Is that fucking Joe? No way is that Joe." Joe, like, he was engaged because he wanted to be a part of that. And it's like, dude, it's fun, right? And it helps the culture and it helps the day. And dude, sometimes by 8:30, like my day's been stepped on 10 times. And so it helps like lighten the day.
It does for sure.
The only problem is dad jokes don't translate well into Spanish.
Yeah, so Daniel doesn't do his like that, but Daniel, we
No.
tried to translate the dad jokes, but they don't make sense in Spanish. What's the solution there?
You got to do Pepito jokes.
Pepito jokes. All right, we'll have to look
Yeah.
that up.
You got to look them up.
Are they appropriate?
Do we want to?
They're
I'm
not
gonna say,
appropriate, but they're
what's
funny.
gonna happen on my Google when I look that
Yeah.
up?
All right, Herbert, get ready. Herbert, one of my so Herbert, he's on our call tonight. Herbert is from Guatemala, and he is our newest remote employee. I think he hates me today, but he's probably got a little bit of a reason to hate me today. Herbert, you're gonna have to start looking up Pepito jokes. And the good thing is that Leslie won't understand what they are, so nobody will be offended.
Yep. Your guys are gonna laugh their asses off. It's gonna be fun.
All right, we're gonna find one for tomorrow. Dude, one of the guys that we recently brought on was like, "This meeting is useless. It's just fucking pointless. It's a waste of my time." But you'll see, real shortly, he's gonna realize that that's what creates the culture inside of the business. He used to run his own deal, and he's gonna see that this is the difference, right? Like, dude, the office is buzzing right now. So
It is. It's cool.
Our office is really cool. Dana, I don't think you've seen the backside, but like our back opens all the way. Like the whole back wall opens up. And so right now, I mean, it's warm and it's nice. The back door is open, the side back door is open, the front door is open. We're on the phone. So was it Friday? I think it was Friday. We had a client walk in the door, and Darby thought they were coming next Friday. And within 10 minutes, we had another client coming in the door to do material choices. Dude, the showroom was buzzing.
That was
Darby's
cool.
like, I said, hey man, I'll take care of it. Like, let me work with them. You work with the people coming in the door. You know what I realized, Darby? We should try to do that more often.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of sense of like urgency there.
Yeah, I think so.
And both of them closed, just
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Like that guy even said, he's like, hey, what if I wait till Monday or Tuesday? And I said, that's okay. We don't want you to feel pressured, right? However, as these contracts come in, that's the order they go on the board. And they could hear the other guy making comments about committing to move forward.
Right.
And so
See the board too. Yeah.
they can see the board, which is super
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But I think that like they walked in and they were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like these guys aren't just a show on Instagram. Like this is legit. Like they know exactly what's going on.
I mean, that was a huge, and one of the guys even said, like, I love that you have this place. I love that. I was like, yeah, because I always tell people, yeah, we're easy to find. We are easy to find. So I think, that was huge. The energy that day was really cool. I really liked it. It is Elevate to Greatness with Nick Lippitt every Wednesday, 6 p.m.-esque Mountain Standard Time, Mountain Time, the only time zone that matters. Go to elevatetogreatness.co to find out more about what we do and find out more about the pilgrimage back to Utah. Well, we're going to pioneer our way back to Utah in covered wagons like they did back in the day. So we're going to be there having an event. I'm going to say hi to my mom. That'll make her happy. So, I mean, the whole reason we're doing this event is so I can say hi to my mom. So thank you, everyone. That is fantastic. So, yeah, Daniel's cruising in. What is that car?
It's a Ferrari.
That's amazing. Is it really?
No. Daniel, what are you driving? It's dope, though.
It's a Z06 Corvette.
Oh, see, that's cool.
He didn't
Fine.
pick me up in it. Hey, by the way, if Daniel Chavez says he'll give you the VIP treatment for the event and pick you up from the airport, by VIP, it means you'll wait on the curb for 4 hours before he picks you up. He'll get you, but it might be 4 hours.
No, and Nick, I think for everybody, I think that showing them on how they need to be training their people every freaking day, man, because a lot of companies don't train their people, and they think it's just about going out there and just building a job, and it's not. It's about training them even on how they talk to your clients, because your clients are going to come out and they're going to talk to your guys. And if your guys say something wrong, it's going to make you look really bad as a business. So I think that will be key to cover too. in the event.
That hits pretty hard right now, Darby, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, it
We're
certainly
going
does.
through this right now, Daniel. And like, I love that you said that because the time you invest in your people is what's gonna reward what happens out in the field. You know, like Daniel, how much are you in the field nowadays? I mean, maybe just a little bit more. Like you and I are both in the field a little bit more than normal because we're so obsessed with efficiency. But do you show up to jobs? Do you show up to a specific job site every single day because that's your job?
No. Like, I mean, I've been going to the field because I want to improve the field. I think it honestly, like, if I didn't go, we'd be fine. But this year, it's about training our people to their full potential, and then also, showing them on how we interact with the customer and how we onboard the new employees. Like, a customer comes out of the house and they talk to our guys, and then our guys say something that just like ruin things on the job.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really good to be teaching your guys on what to say when they come out. And I think that sometimes we take our laborers for granted, honestly. And those are the guys that we should be taking care of the most because they're doing the hard grunt work.
Did they move
they
the
don't
needle the
have-
fastest?
Yeah, and when they don't have training, it just shows you that you're a bad leader. Like, you're not showing them what to do on the job sites. And then you get mad at them, but you shouldn't be getting mad at them. It's your fault because you didn't show them.
No doubt. I mean, dude, so I'm going to elaborate on that just a little bit. As a business owner, every broken system, every point of frustration, every time in which there is an issue, it all starts with you, right? Like, it rolls up. Most likely that is happening because of broken system, and a broken system is happening because of leadership. And dude, I love that you brought this up today because we weren't even going to talk about this, but this is happening at Rocky Mountain for real right now. And so,
Do you want to share what happened to you guys, or if you're cool?
yeah, like, so what we were going to talk a little bit tonight about when there's people inside of your business that do not align. Like, Daniel, when you have someone inside of your business that doesn't align, how long does it take for you to exit them?
Usually, honestly, if they don't align, your whole team's telling you that they don't align.
Yep.
So once the whole team's telling you about it, you go and you warn them, right? Then after a warning, if they don't get their stuff together, you write them up. And then after that write-up, if they really didn't perform, they're done.
Yeah. I mean, it kills the culture, right? Like, it absolutely kills the
kills it.
culture. And so I waited too long. And it got to a point where we exited a handful of people.
Yep.
We have I think we have 5 new employees at Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living right now. And I'll tell you, like, you asked what happened, right? I waited too long. And then unfortunately I exited everybody at the exact same time. And now I'm not training just one person, right? I'm training 5. And sure, we have training program, we have a training process. It's just really hard to follow when you have 5, you know? If I was training people one-on-one, the way they get trained and the way they interact and the way they see me interact is way more intentional, you know, than when it's a group, right? I can't be in 5 places at once. They're also all at different positions. And let me tell you, it's overwhelming as fuck. Like, there are a few times just in the last month I told Rachel, I'm like, man, I don't know how much longer I can do this, right? Like, I'm going to continue to push, but I need a reminder on why I do what I do because I'm exhausted. And we don't let the team see that. And we certainly don't talk about it. I mean, obviously I have a team on this call, and so they're hearing it probably for the first time. But I don't really show that, you know, as a leader, I don't really show that or talk about it. However, it 100% affects me. And so, you know, I think that as a business owner, you need to understand that when someone doesn't align with your business, there's a very quick process, right? Talk to them, happens again, put it on paper, build a performance improvement plan. They don't follow it, exit it.
Yeah.
Rachel and I were so Daniel was a part of this process. I told Daniel, so I went to hang out with Daniel and like, dude, we just feed off of each other, right? Like you could tell me I'm a mentor to you, but it flips the same way, right? And that's the thing. Like you guys are in the room to hear what we say, but we are going to learn just as much from you guys. We're just going to learn it differently, right? And so I went out to spend some time with Daniel and his team, and I met a couple of his team members, and I told Rachel, I said, I need one of him. And so a couple of weeks went by, Daniel called me. He could probably sense some frustration. And he's like, Nick, you need to hire somebody who's just like this guy's name. And I said, man, it's fucking crazy that you said that. I've been telling Rachel that for weeks. So I started going through the hiring process. And what I learned in this specific position, I probably had a broken mindset or a belief that wasn't big enough. You know, we've recently hired somebody that has come into our business that probably knows the business better than I know the business. And when that happens, it's crazy. You know, like how many of those guys do you have, Daniel? Probably 3.
Yeah.
And like they're going to elevate the business. You know, I'm not stuck at 10 or 12 million, but I'll tell you right now, with some of the new team that we have in place, we're going to blow right fucking through it.
Yeah.
And so we have been talking about,
because your team, as that lid gets hired, your team's telling you what to do.
oh, 100%.
When you bring these executives, these guys are telling you what to do. Now
Go
you've
ahead.
got to be humble. Now you've got to be humble, and you've got to listen to your team. Because most
For
of
sure.
these people that you know, kind of like this guy that Nick hired, he's done it before and he's seen it happen before. And I think that's part of being humble, is just kind of like listening to your team and seeing what they also say and getting their feedback. But it's kind of crazy, huh, Nick? Because then things kind of start running by themselves, and they bring process you didn't even think about.
Yeah. No, so today I got back from some meetings, and he was in the office, and we sat down and we started to talk. And I started showing him some stuff. And then he just started talking about these other things. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Why didn't I think about that? Or I haven't had time to engage in this division of my business. So now I have someone in this side of the business that can engage for me. And I was showing him some things, and he's like, dude, that's super cool. What if we take that and do this? And I'm like, damn it. Like, why did I know this 5 years ago? You know, and this goes back to a conversation that Darby and I had with all of you guys like 6 months ago. The biggest problem with people on this call or in this room or in this space. So listen to this very, very, very closely. If you don't write anything down, write this down right now. The growth of your business is stalled because you can't get out of your own way. How many times, Daniel, did it take you for you to realize you had to get out of your own way before your business moved to the next level?
Dude, a lot, because I thought I knew it all, and I really didn't. And
Did you and I run $12 million businesses? Who gives a shit? Right? Like, sure, they're cool, right? And they're growing and it's fun to watch. But I see these guys all the time on Instagram, and they're like, oh, you like 10 million's easy, 20 million's easy, 50 million's easy, right? 100 million is where it starts to get challenging.
yeah, it makes you reflect that you really don't, like, that you've got so much more to go.
You can't grow if you're the smartest person in the room. Like write that one down, right? You literally can't grow if you're the smartest person in the room. I need to write that down. I'm posting that on Instagram tonight.
And if you're not hiring, you're dying. You've got to always be recruiting people. We're always hiring people, because people are the thing that's going to move your business forward. But before you get the people, you need to market and sell. So get the marketing down first, then the sales, then the people.
Should we make Daniel Chavez commit to marketing on this call in front of everybody? He will, but then he won't answer my call tomorrow.
I'm marketing, bro. It's working.
So we only have 10 minutes, Daniel, but I want to talk about something so let's see if I know the answer. I know you talked about training your people and investing in the people. However, what is the number one focus at Prime Landscape this year?
Efficiency.
Efficiency. Same thing at Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living. So let me ask you this question. Do you have any growth expectations for this year? Are you looking at growth as a part of efficiency? Or are you like, listen, I'm just going to become as efficient as possible. I will go sideways for 1 year. I'm basically going to optimize. And then after that happens, I'll start to elevate again.
I'll just optimize. I'm not going more.
So
We're
tell me this though, because this is happening at Rocky Mountain. This year's focus is efficiency and optimization. And when you get as obsessed inside of your business as both of us are right now, what happens inside of your growth, inside of your company, even if you don't want it to happen?
Well, growth is still coming to you.
Dude, it's coming. Like I was just telling, so let me ask you, Darby, your sales goal this year is $12 million.
Yeah.
If we get to 12 million in October, are you done?
No,
Are you ahead of schedule?
I am.
Like so my revenue goal, so my sales goal, I think is 12. My revenue goal is 10 and a half or 11. What am I going to do with my guys in October?
Right.
When we hit 10.5 million, tell them they can have the rest of the year off.
Right. Good job, everybody.
We are on target right now to recover 100% of our overhead and hit every single target by October 1st. We are going to have 90 days left this year. What are we going to do? I don't want to grow. I'm going to have no choice to grow because we have gotten so efficient that growth is just going to happen. I'm not even going to have to grow because I'm going to hire a bunch of people, right? I don't have to hire more people on my team to grow. We are going to grow because our efficiency is going to get so granular that we are going to hit every single target ahead of schedule. We're 12% ahead of schedule already, and it's March 25th.
That can sometimes happen with, exiting the wrong people too. Even if you're not
100%.
replacing them, like you can exit the people that don't belong and your efficiency goes up just by doing that, which we've seen for sure. So yeah, I mean, we're flying. We're flying. And every day I
Dude,
feel
it's
like
fun,
I'm flying.
right?
It is fun. The energy is
Sure,
amazing.
like it's a little stressful, but like right now, the stress inside of the business is how do we keep up with how fast we're moving?
Yeah.
The stress in the business is not like, holy shit, how do we find good team members? Holy shit, how do we find work? Like this is where I talk about pressure being a privilege. Like Daniel, you're experiencing the same thing. How much pressure do you have on you every single day? And it's a privilege, right? Like the pressure is a privilege. The pressure that you're feeling right now, is it because you're trying to figure out how to get business or you're trying to figure out how to make payroll, right? Or you're trying to figure out how to sell the next job? Or is the pressure like, holy shit, we are moving so fast because we're so efficient. Like I'm chasing the guys just to keep up.
Yeah, the pressure is because we're moving fast. But you're right, Nick. It's scary that, well, not scary. It's awesome. But like,
dude,
for
it's
example,
fun.
like it's fun. But in today's meeting, I wasn't expecting this because they dropped that company that got bought out by the Mariani Group.
Yeah.
And they dropped them just because they didn't see themselves working with them anymore. So they told us, hey, like now we have a commercial side of things. Now we also have the residential side of things. And then they're like, hey, we're planning to give you all of our work. In my head, I was just like, holy shit. Like I thought that we didn't want to grow anymore this year. But it's exciting. But then you also think about it. You're like, no, like we've got to keep on training. We've got to keep on looking at, at our budgets, right? And then we have to go and really train our guys to be efficient. And I promised myself that I'd do an all hands team meeting every month where I'd barbecue for everybody. But from 12 to 4, it's just training. That's all we're going to do. We're going to cover things that we're messing up on the field and just kind of go through everything and making sure that we're always staying aligned on a monthly basis, but also training on a daily basis. Like say, like even when you get to the lot, we're doing a training. Hey, repair this backflow. Show me how you repair that backflow. Hey, how do we lay papers? Let's do the papers today. It'll be a 20-minute training that we do with everybody. But I think that's the only way we're going to do it if we're always training. Just how we do it with our sales guys at the office. We're always training, and that's why they're so good.
I
But
think that
we need to do that with the field too.
when one of our employees fails inside of your and my business, it's because we've made an assumption that they know what to do and they don't.
Yep.
Like you have to set the team up to be successful. And that comes in investing in them, right? Like you could call it whatever you want, but if you invest in your team, they are going to perform. And like, dude, I mean, I love this right now. So we had our team in this afternoon as well. We were a few minutes late to the call, went over. We spent an hour and a half today. We brought in team members and we just dude, we were talking about how to communicate.
Yeah.
What is the expectation to respond to a text message, right? How you respond to a text message after hours. What does it look like when they text you on Sunday? Like, it's not hard, but they don't know, right? Like if we don't tell them, hey, this is the expectation. Hey, this is what we're selling. Hey, this is our white glove service. Hey, my team sells a true white glove service on the sales side.
Yep.
If we don't deliver that on the back end, fuck me.
And fuck me.
It makes things really shitty.
Yeah.
Darby, after this call, you know how we should respond to that email? Hey man, I really appreciate you reaching out to us. This is really important at Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living. Client experience is the #1 goal this year. We will do everything we can to make sure we get this finished up as quickly as possible, as effective as possible, as efficient as possible, and make sure you and your wife can enjoy this as quick as possible. Done. Get the team over there tomorrow. Get it done.
Yeah.
Drain the pool. Don't drain the pool. Get the grass in. Clean it up. Adjust the cover. Like the problem is that we get off the job site and then we lose focus.
We're on to the next.
I don't
You can get on
want
to the
this
next.
bullshit lingering and lingering and lingering and lingering.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I've been thinking about this for a week. Is
No
Desmond
issues
gonna-
on Aspire. F that.
No. Yeah. I mean, dude,
I
you
hate
should. Dude, my dashboard for issues. Oh, it thing pisses me off. I can't sleep at night because that thing isn't 0. So I personally, I am so obsessed with field efficiency right now. I'm in the field way more than normal, but I love it, right? I called one of my pool techs last night. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm just leaving Harless Residence. He's like, what? He's like, Nick, it's 8:50. I said, I don't care. I was not leaving until it was the way that I wanted it to be, right? Like, let me tell you, if anybody asks those clients who built their pool, there is only one person they will refer. I promise you. Like, no, I'm not at their house every day till 8:50, but I needed to be there. I needed to do what I needed to do. And I was obsessed with making sure that it was going to do what I wanted it to do. And I ran into some hiccups, right? I told my team, I told the labor guys to leave by 6. I said, hey man, you guys should go. I told the superintendent, I said, listen, you're not going to want to be here as long as I'm here. Avery was there with me. I told him he should bring his own car. And he's like, dude, I'm getting hungry. I was like, go. Right? Like, I set the precedent. I set the expectation. What do you think your guys are doing if you're nowhere to be found at 4:00?
Right.
There's all of these business owners that want to be CEOs, CFOs, COOs. The titles are bullshit. Darby, tell everybody on this call, is there anything I would ever ask anybody inside of Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living to do that I won't do myself?
Absolutely not. And we also know that none of us work as hard as you. I mean, I think so.
And-
That's the
and
other
I
thing
don't-
too.
And I
We-
don't
we-
put that on you guys.
No.
However,
put it on
when
us.
you guys see us doing that, what does that make you guys do?
Right. It's like, okay, I mean, we know you're willing to do it. So we want to do it too. So no, there's a huge, and I've worked places where it wasn't that way. And I thought, yeah, they would ever do that, but there's plenty of times you're doing stuff that, no one else would do. And I think people that don't understand, that aren't in your position, like the Instagram shit talkers and things that they don't understand that you are there at 9 o'clock. You're there with a scuba tank pulling out plugs in someone's pool.
Fuck yeah.
You're doing that shit,
Last Friday, I was at a client's house till 7:20 with my pool tech. He's got a picture. I'm in the pool. I had my suit on and I had my stuff on. I was in the pool because they really wanted to swim that weekend and we didn't have the main drains on. And I said, you know what? You are going to swim this weekend. And I will personally put the main drains in your pool if I have to. And I literally grabbed my goggles and I jumped into the pool and I went to the bottom and all the guys were there. Francisco and his whole crew was there. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. You think that crew will ever question if I'm just dicking around anymore?
Right. So that goes, That just goes a super long way with everybody from top to bottom to be like, yeah, I mean, he would do it. So shit, fuck yeah, I'm going to do it because I know he would do it. So it's not, you're not asking us to do something that's unreasonable or, so yeah, it's huge. It makes it, we always know, like, as busy as we are, like, we ain't as busy as you. And so I think you don't lord it over us at all. You don't come in like, oh shit, I'm so busy. You're way more even keel than I am. So I think, but it is, lead by example and all that stuff. And, culture starts at the top. All that shit is true. And we all feel it for sure.
I FaceTimed Daniel late last week. It was 9:30. And one of his sales guy picked it up. They were still in the office grinding.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
And when I was out there, I mean, I was telling Daniel when I spent some time in his office that day, dude, we didn't even get started until like 6 p.m. Like, we went back to the office and I wasn't sure what to expect. And at like 6 p.m., that's when we were like grinding. Everyone was around the conference table. Shit was buzzing. We had stuff up on the screen. And like, I think we went till almost 10. Everybody was there. Everybody was committed, ready to go. And I loved it.
There it is. There it is, everybody.
I think it's something that I realized on why I was stuck. It was because I wasn't a good leader. Like, it was because I didn't want to go and be out there with the guys in the field again. I thought that they'd figure it out. And honestly, dude, you need to keep the morale up on the whole business. So like, even like this Jackie girl that I just hired, my assistant, I told her, hey, on Thursdays and Fridays, I want you out in the field just talking to guys. That's all I want you to do. I want you to take the waters, just like a bunch of drinks and like snacks. And I want you to go and like kind of do like one-on-ones with all of them. Like, hey, like, how are you feeling? Hey, do you like it here? Hey, what do you think we should fix? Like, I want her to be talking to them. And then that way I could find out about things that are happening like this and fix them.
Yeah.
Or if she thinks that's, somebody's a cancer, I could catch it quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy how smart you are, even though you're Mexican, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
Just
I gotta
another
remember to
thief
edit that part
in
out.
the U.S.
No, so for everybody on the call, especially people listening later, Darby.
Yeah.
Let's explain that part. When Daniel and I get together, he'll show me stuff and he'll be like, pretty slick for a Mexican, isn't it?
Okay.
In his office, he has like a little section of desks, and he's like, this is where we corral the Mexicans inside of the business. And like, because it's coming from him, it's appropriate, right? Like, well, people understand. If I walked in and said that, they'd be like, who's this asshole?
Yeah. Well, I still might edit that out of the podcast, which will be available tomorrow. I know a lot of you kind of came in late. We appreciate you showing up. I know everybody's busy right now, so I know some people kind of filtered in late. So remember, you can check out the podcast the following day on Spotify. I think go to elevatetogreatness.co. We're going to be hanging out with Daniel in Utah here. God, a month, not even a month and a half away. 5 weeks away. 5 weeks.
We're going to hit it super hard on social media, Daniel and I, over the next 5 weeks. And we're going to show you the ins and outs of our business up to that day and what we're doing. We have a little special event on Friday for people who have certain levels of tickets. I'm just excited to show everybody what we do and how we do it. And I'm not going to hold back. And I know Daniel's not going to hold back. Like, everybody thinks there's some trade secret. It's not a trade secret. And I'm going to show you why. This is just how you run a business. I don't care what kind of business you have. This is just traditional business practices.
All right, everybody.
What do you want to leave us with, Chavez? Besides, you don't fit in that car because you've been working out a bunch. Oh, did he freeze?
He's driving up Parley's Canyon, I think.
Oh.
We lost him.
Then he's out. Then he's in. Then he's out.
But we lost him. All right. Well, you'll hear more from Daniel Chavez when you join us for the big Utah event. And I'll go to Red Iguana and I'll get an iceberg shake and I'll have some 3-2 beer. That's really all I want to do. That's really all I want to do.
Sounds good, dude.
Yeah, I want to do all that stuff. Join us next Wednesday, 6 o'clock ish. Head to elevatetogreatness.co. Listen to the podcast starting tomorrow. Nick, any final words?
Can't wait to see everybody in 5 weeks. Daniel and I, if we don't blow your mind, we'll give your money back.
Nick Forrest will out of his money.
Yep.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
See ya.